Picture this. Chris Paul, the point god himself, back in Los Angeles, rocking that Clippers jersey one last time. Yep, you heard it right. CP3 is making a homecoming, and it feels like the perfect full-circle moment for one of the greatest playmakers the game has ever seen. Before we dive into the why, the what, and what it means for the Clippers, smash that like button, subscribe for all things NBA, and drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story, it's about legacy, loyalty, and maybe, just maybe, chasing that elusive ring. Chris Paul has agreed to a one-year, $3.6 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers, set to join the squad for what's widely expected to be his final NBA season, his 21st. That's right, 2 decades plus a year in the league, and CP3 is still out here orchestrating offenses, dropping dimes, and mentoring stars. For those who might have missed it, Paul played for the Clippers from 2011 to 2017, an era that gave us the iconic Lob City. Those were the days of high-flying Blake Griffin, rim-protecting DeAndre Jordan, and Chris Paul at the helm, running pick-and-rolls like a maestro with the basketball as his baton. They were electric, entertaining, and even though they fell short of a championship, they became one of the most memorable teams of the 2010s. Now, in what many are calling his farewell tour, Paul is coming back to where it all clicked. But this move isn't just nostalgia. It's about unfinished business and one last chance to capture that ring. Let's rewind for a second. Last season, Chris Paul signed a one-year, $10.9 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs. At 40 years old, many thought he'd become more of a locker room presence than an on-court contributor. But CP3 surprised everyone. He played and started in all 82 games, staying healthy in a way we hadn't seen in years. Even if his scoring numbers dipped, Paul proved he could still command an offense and teach young stars the art of pace, poise, and passing. Entering this offseason, Paul was once again an unrestricted free agent. Even at 40, he remained one of the best available point guards. So good, in fact, that after Fred VanVleet re-signed with the Houston Rockets, Paul shot to the top of almost every free agency list. Multiple teams reportedly showed interest. But ultimately, Paul chose to run it back with the Clippers. And this decision, it says a lot about where his head and heart are at. For Chris Paul, it's about more than just minutes or stats. It's about legacy, mentorship, and closing out a Hall of Fame career on his terms. So, what does this mean for the Clippers? Let's break it down. They get a proven floor general who can still control tempo, make teammates better, and give them veteran leadership in the locker room. Paul isn't the 20-point-per-game scorer he once was, but he doesn't need to be. The Clippers have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and a roster full of scorers. What they need is someone who can slow the game down in crunch time, keep the offense organized, and bring playoff composure. And let's not underestimate the emotional boost. The return of a franchise legend, even if the Lob City era didn't end with a title, adds a spark to the fan base and the locker room. Paul's presence alone brings credibility and hope, reminding Clippers fans of what could have been and what might still be. Plus, at just $3.6 million for a year, this is low risk and potentially high reward. Paul brings playmaking depth and mentorship, especially for younger guards and wings who can learn from one of the best to ever do it. Then there's the legacy piece. Chris Paul's resume is ridiculous. 12-time All-Star, multiple All-NBA selections, countless assists and steals rankings, and known universally as one of the smartest players to step on a court. The only thing missing? A championship ring. Returning to the Clippers for what's likely his final season feels poetic. A chance to finish what he started, even if the cast around him is different. It's not Lob City anymore, but it's still Los Angeles. It's still a contender. And for Paul, it's one last ride to write the ending he wants. So here's the question for you. Will this Clippers reunion finally help Chris Paul get that ring? Or will it be another chapter of what if in one of the NBA's most fascinating careers? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Can CP3 still change the narrative? Or has Father Time already decided the final score? Don't forget to like this video if you love underdog stories. Subscribe for more daily NBA breakdowns, and share this video with a friend who remembers Lob City highlights like it was yesterday. Because whether you love him, doubt him, or root for him from afar, there's no denying it. Chris Paul is back where he belongs. And for one last season, we get to watch one of the greatest point guards ever lace them up and chase history. The stage is set, the lights are bright, and the point guard is coming home. Stay tuned. More NBA stories and updates are on the way. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.